Tech neck is more commonly used terminology when referring to this popular condition on the rise in today's society. But what is this? The act of stressing muscles while slouching or hunching over phones, tablets, computers, and other devices. Due to this technological bind, a Deloitte survey has found that American consumers are now viewing their phones an average of 52 times daily, with 39% of consumers believing they use their smartphones too much. Around the College of Southern Maryland's campus in La Plata, students were asked if they find themselves slouching when they check their phone or any other technology.
There are cases I find myself hunched over, slouched over while using my phone, even like walking through the campus.
I do find myself slouched over when I use my phone, but most of the time I'm pretty aware of my posture.
Yeah, pretty much almost all the time.
It's just a normal thing that I do.
Dante Robinson was also interviewed to speak on his experiences with tech neck.
I found myself in that position like a lot of times, like when I'm on my phone, like on the train or something, or like anytime, because like it's always like lower than where I'm looking. So either when I'm on my phone or even when I'm in like on a laptop, more than likely on a laptop than on a desktop, because on a desktop it's kind of like right in my face, so it kind of forces me to sit up a little bit more. But when I'm just walking around campus and I'm in the library, I see it happen to like a bunch of people like often. So it's like pretty much anytime anybody's on their phone, they're like slumped over with like a bent spine.
Here's how some experts believe tech neck may be affecting you.
When the head is sort of in the neutral position, that means your ears are sort of lined up over your shoulder. The average human head weighs about 10 pounds, more for some people, less for others. But think about as you start to move your head, a few degrees forward, a few inches forward, you start to put more force and torque right here on the back of the neck. Reading a mobile device like this, and it's particularly problematic.
Here's what other experts have to say about tech neck.
Well, first of all, tech neck or text neck is a made-up term, and it's a marketing term. So it's not really a diagnosis. It's not really something that a physician is going to say to you, "Oh, here's my diagnosis. You have, this as a result of using your technology." And belief aside, there really isn't a lot of data to support a correlation between pain and posture and how we're using our body. Lots of people use their bodies in ways the same way, and very few people experience pain. And if there was pain correlated with that, then everybody would experience pain that way. The body is pretty much designed to bend forward. We read books, we text, we garden, and the way the vertebrae are adjusted or designed is that you will bend this way much more easily than you will bend this way. The musculature supports that as well. We've got lots of muscles that are connecting to the jaw and to the neck that turn and bend. So all of that is there to support it. Some people may experience discomfort. It might be muscle fatigue. It certainly is plausible that there are multiple reasons why you might feel discomfort when you're texting, and one of those could be depression and anxiety. Which is correlated with using a lot of technology. Recently read a study about we're increasing our stress hormones by using all of the technology. So that's probably a very interesting thing to begin to think about in terms of the psychological experience of using technology as well as the physical experience of using technology. But tech neck is really just marketing, and it's not anything that is going to affect you 50 or 60 years down the line. If you are feeling some discomfort, maybe it's muscle fatigue, you're overusing your body, muscles have to respond to the load that we put on them, and so they may be remodeling, saying, "Oh, I need a little more to contract here and a little more to stretch here, so I'm going to rebuild those muscles so that they're and muscle fibers so that they're able to do that." And just like when you exercise, your body hurts because it's responding to the load you put on it. It's going to build more muscle so that the next time you do it, it won't hurt. It will have all the muscles that it needs to be able to respond to the load that you're putting on the body. So, Pain, we experience pain for multiple reasons. Sometimes it's our expectation. Sometimes it's our emotional attitude about what we're doing. And rarely is it going to be something that we're actually experience that it's a physiological issue that is caused by texting or using technology.
According to the American Chiropractic Association, experts estimate that up to 80% of the population will experience back pain at some time in their lives. Back pain can affect people of all ages, from adolescents to the elderly. What do people who have actually dealt with back pain think about their experience?
I was actually in a car accident back in the 90s, and I injured my neck. And then after that, I went back to work, and I proceeded to not have good posture while I was writing, or I would take the phone and I'd stick it between my shoulder and my neck, and I ended up re-injuring my neck injury just because of those two things.
Yeah, so when I was dealing with my back pain, I decided to like go on WebMD or something and kind of like decipher what it could possibly be. And I actually came across the term tech neck, but I still wasn't like completely sure whether or not that was, you know, appealing to what my certain situation was, because I could think of like 10 other things that it could possibly have been.
I do feel like some of the pains, like I do have like neck pains, but till you pointed it out, I probably didn't think about it until now.
I do experience back pain. Even right now, I still experience it. And that mostly just has to do with my posture, because I've always been known to slouch. And, you know, being on the phone doesn't help, and it probably just makes it worse.
I think that majority of back pain is caused by posture, because I think not only when you use your phone, but even when you're using the computer or sitting on the couch, a lot of people just tend to get, that's like the natural position that people go to. It's just slouched over. But I think that over time, if you continue to do that, you're going to have more problems with your body, especially with your back, as you get older. So I think it's important to be more aware of your posture, and so you can prevent that in the future.
How can back pain be prevented? Well, according to spinehealth.com, yoga helps increase strength in very specific muscles and muscle groups. Back and abdominal muscles are essential components of the muscular network of the spine, helping the body maintain proper upright posture and movement. When these muscles are well conditioned, back pain can be greatly reduced or avoided. How does long-term yoga instructor Courtney Brown feel about yoga helping prevent and improve back pain?
I do believe that yoga is a great way to improve posture, injury, and flexibility, because I've seen it work in my life. The way that yoga works, different from any other modalities for strengthening the body, is that it builds your awareness of what's going on in the body. So you become aware of how you're standing, how you're sitting, how you're holding yourself. And with balance and flexibility, they're almost a natural byproduct of a regular yoga practice. The more you practice, the more flexible and the more balanced you become. And the balance and flexibility starts first in the mind, and the mind leads the body. So once the mind decides, I am moving towards greater balance and flexibility and health, then the body starts to follow that thought pattern. So you become more aware of how you're holding yourself. You'll catch yourself when you're slumping, because your awareness has been heightened, because you realize, oh, there's a difference in how I feel emotionally and energetically when I'm here, as opposed to when I'm here and I'm allowing energy to flow freely from the crown to the root. So you become more aware of how you're holding yourself. And this holding yourself with greater ease and greater care helps to prevent you from injury, because you're constantly aware, no matter what activity you're participating in, your mindset is, does this support my overall sense of balance? And when we feel balance in the mind, balance in the body, our posture is more at ease. You know, we don't want to hold ourselves so tightly. We want to stand in a way that the body is aligned the way that it was created to be aligned, so that the bones are stacked the way that they were meant to be, but we're at ease in the body. So there's no shrugging of the shoulders, which over a prolonged period of time leads to shoulder tension and therefore strain in the lower back. We just pay greater attention to how we move in general. And once we start to do that, the gift is greater balance, greater flexibility, and thereby less injury.